Hello and welcome to our Data Analyst series video. My name is Abdul Kadir Salami. Let's talk about SQL interview question part 1. How to solve it and how to write your queries. Welcome to your SQL tutorial video. Today we are going to dive into SQL queries for interview. We are going to solve some of the interview questions being asked from companies, from sectors, some of the most asked questions in SQL. We have a lot of them, but right now we are going to handle 15 of some of the top questions being asked in SQL. So let's start. Right now I'm going to use my database called SQL_HR. So let's take a look at the table we have there. So right here we have, this is the table we have. We have table of employees, and then we have employees ID, we have employees first name, last name, job title. I want us to take a look at all these details because we are going to use this detail to solve some of the questions. Before we get to the question part, let's just have a look at all this. We have, like I said, we have the employee ID, we have the first name, you can see the names, we have the last name, we have the job title, salary. So this table is what we are going to use to solve some of the questions. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with the first question. Now, write an SQL query to fetch first name from employee table using the alias as worker's name. So now what this means is we should extract first name from our table called employee, and we should give it an alias name called worker's name. That's what this means. So now let's solve it. Now to do that, we use select first, okay, as the alias, which is what? Worker name from employee. That's it. That's it. So this is the answer to the question. So now let's execute it. So that's it. So what this does, it extracts the first name from our table called employee and give it an alias name called worker's name. So that's number 1. So now let's move to the second question. Write an SQL query to fetch first name from employee table in uppercase. That is the second question. Okay, now let's solve it. To use uppercase, it means we need to use our upper function. Okay, we need to use our upper function to execute the output of the result, because now we need to extract our first name in uppercase from the employee table. Now let's do that. So it is select upper, like I said, is a function. So this is it. Now in between the brackets, you can now put the column name, which is what? First name. Then from our table called employee. Now you execute it. So now let's see. So that's it. That's it. As you can see, all the names are all in uppercase. Uppercase. So that's how that works. Okay, let's move to the next question, which is question number 3. Now, Write an SQL query to fetch unique value of job title from employee table. Now, we need to write a query to fetch unique value, and unique mean difference, mean different value of job title from employee table. Now, let's look at the employee table. Okay, as you can see, we have the job title, social workers, financial advisor, office assistant. Now, what we have here, there might be duplicates of this job title. So to create a distinct, which is unique value of this, it means to get a different title excluding duplicate. It means whatever the output will be, we need a different value, not duplicate value, a unique value of job title from our employee table. Now, let's do that. Now, to achieve that, we use our distinct. Okay, so now select distinct. Okay, then job underscore title from our table employee. Now let's execute it. So that's it. So now what this gives us, it gives us the different job title in the column. Different job title, no duplicates, just the unique job title in our column called job title from our table called employee. So that's how it works. So number 4 question. Now, write an SQL to print the first 3 characters of first name from employee table. Now, in this, we are going to use substring is a function. So we are going to use substring function to extract substring from a string. Because to print out the first 3 characters of our column known as first name, so we need to use a function called substring. And substring is a function that extracts a substring from a string. Okay, now let's execute it. To do that, we use select substring. Okay, I said it's a function. Okay, open and close. So in between the bracket, we put our first name, which is first name. Okay, and we give it a comma. Now the question said we should extract the first 3 characters. Okay, so we start with 1, that's the beginning, and then 3. So which means we're extracting from 1 to 3. So it means, okay, so from employees. So what this query means is that select substring, like I said, what it does is a function that extracts a substring from a string. So we are extracting 3 characters from our first name, which is a column. So now this code said extract from 1 to 3 from our table called employee. Now let's execute it. So that's it. So that's it. So from the first name that we have, we are extracting 3 characters from the column called first name. So now that's it. Okay, number 5 question. Write an SQL query to find the position of the alphabet S in the file name column, Teresa, from employee table. Again, Write an SQL query to find the position of the alphabet S in the file name column, Teresa, from employee name. So now what this means is that we are going to use an int string. So what it means is that we should find the alphabet S from Teresa, indicating the position, if it's number 5 or number 6 or number 7, which means what position is alphabet S find in Teresa as a word. So now to do that, we use select, right? We use select what? Select int string, and this int string is a function, so we have it here, and the column name, which is first underscore name, comma, and the alphabet we are searching for, S, give it a quote, S, then close the quote. So from where? So it's going to be from employees, okay, where first underscore name is equals to, give it a quote, Teresa. Then you close the quote. So that was it. So this is a code. Select int string, in bracket first name, give it a comma, then the alphabet we are searching the position of, which is S, from employee table, from which of the name where first name is Teresa. So let's execute it. So that's it. So what we have right now is that Teresa, the alphabet S, is located at position 6. The alphabet S is found in position 6. And if you can see, S is in position 6. So that's how int string work. Now, number 6 question says, write an SQL query to print the first name from employee table after removing white space from the right side. Now, with this question, to solve it, we are going to use our trim. And what trim does is that it removes leading and trailing space from a string. So we are going to use our trim. So what it means is that we are meant to remove the white space from the right side of our column called file name. Okay, let's do that. Select R trim. So R trim means trim right. Trim right. R stands for right. So it's a function. So let's click on it. So what are we trimming? We are trimming the white space in our column called first underscore name. Okay, so from which table? That's from employees. So that's it. So this query means trim every white space in the right column. Any white space, trim it out. Okay, so let's execute it. So that's it. Let's work on question 7. And this says, write an SQL query to print the job title from employees table after removing white space from the left. Okay, I think we did something similar like this. We remove from the right. So we are going to use our trim, Okay, so to do that, like I said, what trim does is that trim remove white space. It removes space from columns, from tables. So that's what trim does. Um, so trim remove leading and trailing space. So that's what trim does. So now to do that, we use select. Now we are using left. So that will be L trim. Okay. And bracket. That's a function. So it's going to be job underscore title. Then we close the bracket. And from which table? From employees. So job title is a column. So we are doing left trim, which means remove every white space in the job title columns. So every details in the job title, all the white space in those details, in those value, in those information will be removed. So now let's execute it. So that's it. So what it does is remove space. So that's for that. Now let's talk about the next one. Now the next question says, write an SQL query that fetches the unique value of job title from employee table and print its length. So now let's talk about this. So what this implies is that first let's talk about length. What length does length return the length of the value in a text? So what we are asked to do is to extract all the informations in job title column, but do it in length. So length means let those information shows and let the number, the position, the number they occupied also shows, which means, for example, if you have account executive, if you are to count the alphabet, how many number are they? So the length function does, it return the length of the value in a text field. So in summary, what it means is that, okay, give me the unique. Unique, like I said, mean different. Give me the unique details of our column called job title and give me the number of character of alphabet in those value. So that's what it means. Now to do that, so what we have to do is to use our select distinct. So we use select distinct. Okay, so our column is what? Job underscore title, right? Then we give a comma. Then what else again? We give it length. Okay, that's our length. Okay, and in that length we indicate again job title, which means give us the number. So give us the number of the overall values in job title. So now from where? So it means from employees. So that's it. So now let's execute it. So that's it. Like I said, as you can see from here, we have accountive. This alphabet, there are 17 in the count. There are 17. Executive secretary, the count. So length gives us the count of the job title. So this is it. Okay, the next question. Write an SQL query to print the first name from employee table after replacing A with A. lowercase a with uppercase A. So just like the word sound replace, so what replace does, it means is to replace either a number or a value with another value. So right now, this is very straightforward. So what we need to do is select, then replace. Replace is a function. Okay, so what are we doing? We are replacing first name, that's our column. Okay, comma, then single quote A, then close the quotes, comma, then single quote capital letter A, then single quote, close it. Okay, now what next? From where? From which table? That's from employees. So in summary, what this means is replace all the value in first name column. Replace the small letter a, the lowercase a in all the column of first name with uppercase A, which means capital letter A. So that's what it means. So now let's execute it. Wow. As you can see, that's it. So all the small letter A have been replaced with capital letter A. So that's what replace does. So now let's move to the next one. Write an SQL query to print the first name and last name from employee table with a single column and complete name. So what this means is we have to join the first name and the second name together in a table called complete. Okay, so now to do that, we have to use concatenate, the abbreviation concate. So is to join two values together. So to do that, we use select, then concate is a function. That's it. So in between, so what are we joining together? We are joining first name, comma, then we give it a single column, space, a single column, then we give it a comma. Now what this single column open and close means, it means in between the name, let there be a space. So we don't join them together without a space. So that's what that single and open and close column means. Okay, then with what? Last name. Okay, and as what? As complete name. Okay, from where? That's from employee table. So that's it. So now let's execute it. So that's it. So that's what concatenate means. Concatenate means to join two values together. And like I said, this means space in between the two first name and the last name. So that's what it means. Okay, to the next question. Write an SQL query to print all employee details from the employee table order by first name ascending. So at this point, we are going to use our order by. An order by clause is used to sort in ascending or in descending. So let's get to that. So let's use select all from employee. So select all from employees. Now order by first name. So order by first name. That's the column. So what this means is going to list out, extract all the information in employee table from the column first name in ascending order. So now let's execute it. So that's what it does. So order by, like I said, is used to sort in ascending or in descending order. So that's what order by does. Now let's move to the next question. Write an SQL query to print details for employee with the first name Ivy and Cole from employee table. At this point in time, we are going to use our in operator. So that's what we are going to use, our in operator. So let's do that. So now we are going to type select all from employees, okay, where first underscore name, where first name in, that's the operator. Then we open the brackets and we give it the names IVY. We close it. We give it a comma. Then a single quote, then call, and close it. Then we close the brackets. Now, looking at the question says we should do what? We should write a query to print employee with the first name as Ivy and Cole. So now, we are printing the information of just these two people, okay? These two names from the column first name. Now, let's execute it. So that's it. So we use the operator in, okay? So what it means is that we are extracting just these two names from our column called first name and from the table called employee. Okay, let's move to the next question. Write an SQL query to print details of employee excluding first name IV and Co from employee table. Okay, what we did initially was to include their name, extract their name alone, but now we are excluding them from the list of what we want to extract. So now to do that is very similar. So what we need to do, we are going to use our select. So this is it. So we use select all, okay, from employees. Select all from employees, where first underscore name not in. That's the operator we are using, not in. Then we open a bracket. Remember the last one we did, we used in because we are including those names. But right now we are excluding the name from the list of what we want to extract. So we use not in operator. So single column, these are the names we are excluding. Give it a comma. Then what's other name again? We have call, comma. Then we close the brackets. So that's it. That's it. So these are the names we are excluding from our result. So now let's execute it. So perfect. So these are the lists. So as you can see, those two names, they are not there because we were them out of this list. So that's how it works. So we use not in operator. So now let's move to the next question. Now the next question says, write an SQL query to print detail of employee with job title as pharmacist. So I think at this point, what we are trying to achieve here is that we are searching for pharmacists from job title. And job title is a table. So we are extracting pharmacists alone from that table. And that is what will lead us to our like operator. Use like operator from here. So now to do that, so what we need to do is our select all from employees, okay, where job underscore title, okay, like pharmacist, single quotes, then pharmacist. Then we give it a percent and then close the single quotes. So that's it. And this percent sign we put at the back of the pharmacist is a white card, okay? Is a white card sign. So it represents 0 or more character in a string. So what this means right now, this query, it means I need pharmacists from just pharmacists from the job title, okay? So as you can see from here, we have the job title, account executive, executive secretary, but what we need now is just pharmacist. So now let's execute it. So that's it. So like operator, what it does is it gives you, is like it search for a pattern. Okay, it search for a pattern and it gives you the result of the pattern. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. Write an SQL query to print detail of employee whose first name contains. Okay, that's straightforward. So we are printing, we are writing a query to print employees whose first name contains A. So which means we need all the employee that has A in their name. So we use select all from employees, okay, where first name, okay, where first name, we use our like operator, like, okay, we give it a single quote, we give it a percent, and A, we give it a percent again, and then we close the quotes. So using percent at the beginning, percent at the end, it means any employee that has A in his or her name, print it out. So that's it. So let's see the result. Wow. So as you can see, we have A in all this employee. So we are not, okay, we specified first name. So when you look at the first name, we have A. We almost have A in first name, and yeah, our focus is on the first name. So we are searching for A, first name, and first name. So that's it. So all employee in the first name column that has A in their names, print it out. So that's it. Thank you. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.